Is how you breathe sabotaging your sleep? It could very well be, and very often it gets overlooked. I was a chronic mouth breather with low tongue resting posture, have a deviated septum, my maxilla and my mandible is set back, and I had dreadful sleep for so many years, up until the age of about 25, 26. I learned a few things then, and it totally transformed my sleep. And once you get your sleep right, it makes an enormous difference to your quality of life. Your concentration is better, your decision making, your energy levels are better, your mood is better, you just feel better. If sleep is off, everything is off. And when sleep is off, we're in this chronic stress response. So, what's the difference here? Well, ideally, whenever you breathe, air should flow freely. Enters your nose, down your throat, trachea, bronchi, and then during the exhale, of course, it leaves the body. You don't want to have restrictions to your breathing. So if you have a compromised nasal airway, maybe your nose is stuffy, that alone is going to increase your breathing difficulties during sleep, and you're 2 to 3 times more likely to have sleep disorders. So use the Buteyko technique to open up your nose. There are exercises to help decongest your nose, and the more you breathe through your nose, the better your nose works. You might have a small nasal airway. This is when a nasal dilator helps. So for example, using a nasal dilator just to help flare open the nostrils to make breathing easier. You also want to have your mouth closed and your tongue resting on the roof of the mouth, and that can only happen when your mouth is closed. You can't have your tongue on the roof of the mouth if you're breathing through an open mouth. And the other advantage of having the mouth closed is that your mandible is brought forward, which in turn is helping to open up the airway, open up the throat, so that air flows easily. When you're breathing through your nose, you also have better recruitment of the diaphragm. And your diaphragm is mechanically linked to the throat. So when you're breathing with good recruitment of the diaphragm, your throat is dilated and less likely to collapse. All of those things will influence your snoring, your sleep apnea, and your upper airway resistance syndrome. So that's the anatomy. And then we have to consider, how fast and hard are you breathing? Well, a simple test to assess your breathing is the control pause from the Buteyko technique. It's a very simple exercise, and you will find it in the descriptions. In essence, it involves holding the breath and seeing how long you can hold your breath for comfortably. If you have a short breath hold time, it indicates that your breathing is faster and harder. And if you have faster and harder breathing, you're going to increase resistance to breathing, and in turn, your airways are more susceptible to collapse. So, if you learn the Buteyko technique, you're learning how to decongest the nose, how to breathe through the nose all the time, during rest, during exercise, and during sleep. Having the tongue resting in the roof of the mouth. This is all helping to open up the airways. Better recruitment of the diaphragm, which is mechanically linked with the upper airway dilator muscles. But you're also normalizing breathing volume. You're simply not going to be breathing so hard and so fast. That is very, very important. It's never just about the anatomy of the airway, it's also about how hard and fast do you breathe. So we need to address both. And if you practice that, I will genuinely say it can transform your sleep and it can transform your life.